Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr in another tarot mission right here, which I think we have enough fate points. I got 10 more because I filled out the survey for the second survey for the alpha and gave the developers a tiny little bit of feedback. Not much, but at least I give them feedback so they can actually make the game better. And I would like to find armor with this. Do I need to at least? I already forgot, I'm sorry. Yes, I could use some epic armor here, so I'll want to do the armor. Let us increase chance to find ranged weapon, which we definitely do not need. Alright, we just take it, shaping, get it into there. And here we are, increased chance to find armor in the loot bags. Wait a second. Find rare items in the loot may also extra fate points. Sorry that I always have to look it up. I, for some reason, can't summarize what the actually cards do or how they influence the loot that we are getting. So increases chance to find rare items. Yes, no. Grants a rare item. Alright, I'll take that, although the plus 25% hit points is the shit. And we are going to be insane and even let's try that out. Just create it and let us see if we can only we can't die one. We can only die one time or no. Anyhow, let's take a look. You are not permitted to die. Alright, so we have to do it in one. We really need to be careful. It's a small hunt. The threats, yeah, well, Chaos Space Marine, Stationary Weapon, Chaos Engine, Demon Engine, Chaos Cactus. So I hope we will face a Decimator. And our objective is its hunt mission, eliminating all marked targets. The background, armed heretics and their warbound masters have taken a last stand on the sky platforms of a hive city after all their orgy pits and black shrines were burned. Your honorable, yes, it's really honorable, task is to drive the culling plate into the heart of the enemy, deal death unsparingly to the unclean. And so we shall do. And in the last couple of days, actually, I'm always going back to the tabletop background. I'm sorry. More and more news. To the 8th edition actually came. You know, last weekend I think there was the Warhammer Fest. It's called so, the big Warhammer convention where, for example, Crusaders, Terminators were presented and stuff like that. All the good jazz, or the Crusader, Terminator, or some source. And they actually, what I didn't realize, that the next edition vehicles are actually going to have hit points, you know, hull points were something like, you know, yes, something like hit points like health wounds, so let's call it like that, wounds, yes, I think so it's called in English, and now vehicles are having wounds, and I think the Necron Monolith had around 15 or something like that. And what I think is actually quite funny, the fact that, you know, weapons always have strength in Warhammer, as usual, for a, you know, war tabletop game, and in the last editions, in every edition actually, the strength was limited to 10. So no, actually the strength is unlimited, which I think is actually quite funny. So we need to be so careful here. Go here and do the good chest. I hate those plasma guys. So that's actually funny that the strength of weapons is not limited to 10, so I would like to see what's actually coming out there in the final game. And it's roughly 3 weeks until the edition comes out, so I'm looking forward to that. And another thing which I realized too late actually, in one episode I was actually talking about those index books, and I didn't like it that they're cutting out all the fluff there that I've read up, and there are codexes actually coming, dedicated codexes for each of those races, so that makes me really happy that they are not throwing away all the background, because that would be fucked up, in my opinion at least. This is the 101 episode, so I have over 60 hours in this game and I still have fun. It's actually funny because, you know, upgrading your character is always fun, but it always, I don't know, I do not play 60 hours in a game. For me is I do not have many games where I have so many hours, but it's then really good games. At least that was the last couple of years like that. So I think this game is really cool, and what I like, which I actually haven't gone through before, I have, you know, this is some sort of crowdfunding, some sort of baking, you know, early access type thing. I've never gone through the development, not the development, but how a game actually develops, how it was in the beginning and how it's going to be in the end. So that's actually a nice journey, I think. Although the updates until now were, you know, there were not so many updates, but there were tiny little things which made the game, at least in my opinion, better. So I think it's cool to go with a game nearly from the beginning, and here we have a Decimator. So I shall be really careful here, because I ain't permitted to die. So now we will retreat, regenerating all of our health and taking on those two Space Marines there. And as stated out in the last of the episode before, yes, I really have the opinion that the Traitor Legion guys should be way more beefy. So if they run down, that one should go down now. And it's good that we actually spread them out so we can just focus on the Decimator. Elsewise, I don't see that we could finish him off. So, and the usual thing when we are facing Decimators, killing of shield generators. Okay, I was wondering why am I losing so much health until I realized it's that fucker in the turret there. Cutting down the shield generators. Turn around here. Oh shit, get out of there! No! Fucking hell, that could cost us dearly if we oversee that again. So now I'll just retreat here. Regenerate health, and then we go in close combat. I see inoculators up there. Awesome. Source, is he actually following us? No, amazing. Switching to close combat. I know it's not, you know, like the warm background to face him in with just an Inquisitor in the in close combat, but it's it, and I like it. So. What is he doing? Oh, okay, he's attacking us in close combat. Nice. Okay, he resisted our knockback. Nice. I didn't know that he has a knockback resist there. But we are resisting the knockback as well. Nice. I'll just take a do not do much damage against him. I was at one point actually thinking about getting him something like a melter, something armor breaking or armor ignoring, but on the other hand I think a new close combat weapon. But I think a bolt gun or an auto gun is better in order to deal with, you know, masters of enemies or just by retreating. That's the reason why I haven't equipped something armor breaking by now. So both of those booster box we will take. And well, it was just 2 inoculators, but nothing actually. There he is, there he is. Come on, die please. And we do something like hit him. So we actually have to go left then. Alright, I will jump there. And I'm not sure what that is with the resisting backs. Right, no, he doesn't. No, he didn't. Right. And I think they increased the density. I'm sorry, that's my phone ringing. I'm sorry for the intrusion, but I think they increased the... Did I finish that sentence? Well, then I'm gonna finish it right now. And oh, that's new too, that's awesome. I think they increased the density of Traitor Legion guys. Hello? He's not doing anything? No, he's doing something. Taking him out, and I will jump in those plasma guys. And I'll have to retreat in a second, I guess. Take him down, take him down, take him down. Retreat, retreat! This is so important. So one guy is following us. Nicely. I actually never experienced such a world barrel density. It's new to me, but I like it. And, spin here, and I'll retreat for good. So the health regeneration is so kicking in. Suppression is kicking in, or maybe not. Grenade out there, even though it's just a fine grenade, but it does at least little bits of damage to the enemies. And down they are. You shall, and you are allowed to die. Down. Well, for now it's actually running quite good, I think. There has not been a point by now where it was really close, where we were really close to die. We find some new inoculator packs here, which I enjoy immensely as well. Inoculator and just retreat here and face them like so. Let's take the Havoc down. I always thought the Havocs were heavy weapon guys, and does he have a heavy flamer? Seems to be a normal flamer to me, but anyhow, who am I to judge? That one out. I'm just taking the bolt gun now to thin them down and switching now, waiting for our cooldowns quickly, and then we will jump. Just go into both of you and knock you later, just in case. We don't want to die right now. So then, just chainsawing him. So, oopsie daisies. One down. One more hit here. Down as well. So, which one is the best way, actually? I think that seems to be shorter, doesn't it? At least we do not have to fight through so many enemies, it seems at least. So let's put that to a test. So I hope we do not die in the end. That would be pretty damn disappointing, I think. But there's another inoculator bag actually waiting for... Oh god, there are so many enemies here. Okay, inoculator again. There are so many word bearers. Insane, actually. I've never, as I said before, I never ever have engaged so many of those guys, which is, I think, amazing because it makes the mission really exciting for me, which is, I guess, a good thing for the game, making the game more exciting. Shoot that guy off. Them out so they can take them out from range, so they can't, so not everyone can actually fire at us. So take cover here. So don't you just want to get out of here? Retreat for now. Reload. And healing up again. Quick. Come on. Flashbang out. They don't want to get out of there, do they? Yes, just one traitor. Not later. That was too close. That was too close. One guy for once. This is insane that when you can't die, you are, you are so, you are not engaging them stupidly, like so. That's good. The spells of the sorcerer actually are pretty damn insane because I think they do around 300-400 damage, so they can quite easily end you. So taking out the cover slowly there. Okay, next time we jump into there with close combat and finish them off. I'll let here and let's take down the cooldown of the... You know what I do. So, what does the damage? Should not do. Necessary there. And no retreat, and for a second I thought we would die. God, we made it, man. Nicely done. That was important. I thought we'd die, but we didn't. Nicely, and we found a cool armor. I hope it's no, it's not our one, is it? Yes, it's an assault armor. And well, we lose a little bit of health regeneration, but I will just take it. Difficulty was good. Gameplay wise, I really had much fun. Alright, let's take a look at our characters. So we are still level 4. Inventory here. Let us then equip the armor here. And now we have a nice... well, it doesn't look that nice actually. So with that, we even found an engine, which I think is quite cool. Okay, I don't want to lose the health regeneration there, so I'll put it just here. What else did we find? That was a nice one there. Alright, and with that I will end this episode in a second. I wanna take a look at the Inquisitor again from the character screen, because there they look a little bit more detailed, at least the armor. So it looks cooler. So guys, with that I will actually end this episode, and I really thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then please give me a thumbs up or even subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty.